Namaskaram, Thousand Names and Thousand Stories, 409th name, PRAANADAAYA NAMAH. Valmiki's Srimad Ramayana, composed in Sanskrit, consists of 24,000 shlokas. Inspired by this epic, the Tamil poet Kamban composed Ramavataram, comprising approximately 10,000 verses. Though it is popularly known today as Kamba Ramayana, Kamban himself titled his work Ramavataram. Kamban wished to present his composition Ramavataram before Lord Ranganatha of Srirangam, the very deity worshipped by Sri Rama himself. With this intention, he approached some of the revered gurus at Srirangam. The Guru said, "O poet, in Tamil Nadu there are two sacred centers. Chidambaram, regarded as the abode of Lord Shiva and likened to Kailash, and Srirangam, the revered seat of the Vaishnavites. First, seek the approval of the 3,000 Dikshitas. Dikshitas are hereditary Shaivite Brahmin priests who alone have the exclusive right to perform rituals at the Nataraja temple, Chidambaram, for your compositions. Once you obtain their acceptance, come back to us. We will then consider a way to formally introduce your work here." Therefore, Kamban took the palm leaf manuscripts of his epic and went to Chidambaram. He stayed there for 6 months and made several attempts to meet the 3,000 Dikshitas, yet he was unable to present it to them to obtain their approval. Frustrated and disheartened, Kamban went to Sri Govindaraja Perumal temple in Chidambaram and poured out his anguish before the Lord. "O Govindaraja, in this very place, while singing about your abode, Tiruchitrakutam, Kulashekara Alvar praised the Ramavataram in just 10 verses. I too have followed the same path, composing the story of Rama in 10,000 Tamil verses. If you deem it worthy to be introduced to the world, then make it happen. If not, I shall consign these palm leaf manuscripts to the flames and offer myself to the same fire." The next morning, Kamban had a dream in which he saw a funeral pyre burning. He interpreted this as a sign that the Lord had not approved the introduction of his composition at Srirangam. Resolving to end his life, he decided to consign his manuscripts to the flames and immolate himself in the same fire. With a heavy heart, he rushed towards the graveyard. To his astonishment, upon reaching the cremation ground, he found all 3,000 Dikshitas already gathered there. One among them had lost his 5-year-old son due to the snake bite, and in an extraordinary display of unity and compassion, the entire community had come together, setting aside all differences to share in the grief of their fellow priest. Kamban saw this as a divinely ordained opportunity to present his composition and humbly sought the permission of the Dikshitas. But the priest, overwhelmed by the grief of losing a young child, were furious. They said, "What great Ramayana have you written? Do you think singing your verses can bring this child back to life?" With the unwavering conviction of a true poet, Kamban replied, "Yes, my composition will indeed revive the child." The Dikshitas, stunned by his boldness, challenged him, "Then sing your Ramayana." Kamban began reciting his composition. He sang through the Balakanda, Ayodhya Kanda, Aranya Kanda, Kishkinda Kanda and Sundara Kanda. When he reached the Yuddha Kanda, he came to the episode where Indrajit strikes all the Vanaras along with Lakshmana with the powerful Nagastra. Bound and rendered unconscious, they lay helpless on the battlefield. At that critical moment, Garuda appeared in the sky, shining like a golden mountain soaring with outstretched wings. As soon as his radiant presence swept over the battlefield, the divine touch of his energy dispelled the serpent bonds and the fallen heroes awakened from their unconscious state. In this powerful moment, Kamban employed a masterful analogy, comparing Garuda's rescuing radiance to the grace of Shadayappa Vallal, his patron, the one who with his generosity had revived Kamban's own poetic journey. Kamban draws a poignant comparison in this episode. He says that just as those who stand before Shadayappa Vallal find their hunger vanish, the mere radiance of Garuda, when it touched the unconscious warriors, caused the serpent bond to disappear. In this elegant simile, Kamban equates Garuda's liberating presence with Shadayappa Vallal's nourishing grace, both possessing the power to instantly remove suffering, whether it be a physical bondage or the pangs of hunger. As Kamban sang this powerful episode from the Ramayana, a divine miracle unfolded. The child who had succumbed to the fatal snake bite was freed from the venom's grip and brought back to life. Witnessing this astounding event, the Dikshitars were overwhelmed and wholeheartedly acknowledged the greatness of Kamban's Ramavataram. News of the miracle soon reached Srirangam. The Gurus there, recognizing the divine power and poetic brilliance of Kamban's work, granted their blessings for it to be recited in the sacred temple of Sri Ranganatha at Srirangam. Just as life was restored to the boy who had died from the snake bite, Lord Sri Rama, who grants life even to the lifeless, is therefore praised as PRAANADAAYA. PRAANADAAYA means the one who gives and protects life. This is the 409th sacred name in the Vishnu Sahasranama. Devotees who chant PRAANADAAYA NAMAH daily will be protected by Lord Rama, the divine giver of life, who will safeguard them from all dangers and misfortunes. Narayana, Narayana.